Hello, crafting friends. This is Cheryl Ann with the final installment. This is actually part 10 of my beginning journalers tutorial series. This is putting the book together. So I have everything I need here to put my book together. It has just 20 pages. I have my awl, it's AWL. I have my double threaded embroidery thread, my scissors, and that's basically it. So let's get started. I keep this old book on my desk, and you can see she's got a lot of holes in her. I keep this on my desk because when I have a journal like this one that I want to do the holes in the middle, you see here how I have this nice spot. I don't have one of those fancy contraptions, you know, that husbands make, because my husband's not. He's not handy like that. So I had to come up with this. But you know what? It works really well. And I want to get my pages here in the middle of the book, and you just kind of push them in. Sometimes I'll take a ruler and I'll just, you really want to get it in there because you don't want them not in all the way. And this book has set for actually 4 days. I got sidetracked with babysitting, and then my husband twisted his back, and I had to help him for a couple days, take him to the chiropractor. Okay, so this is all set in, and just don't do what I did. Make sure your pages are all the correct way. You don't have anything upside down. Those are all in the correct way. And this one I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to make the holes. Now I want to be sure and get this. I want this in the middle. So I want to make sure I get this. And again, I'm going to have to tilt it up for just a minute while I make the holes. You can clip your pages too. I just want to make sure that's in there. Okay, so there's one. Oh, you could hear that. There's two. And I want to get the tail of the bird in there. So there's three. Something you can do too is just, you can check on the other side. I'll get my hand out of the way. Check on the other side and make sure that your little owl has poked through. Okay, so that's done. You can see my 3 holes. I prefer just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So here we go. Go through the middle. That's just from the book. And I've done a double knot. So the knot will hold it in place. So through the middle. Then up through the top. See, I'm having trouble finding the hole on this fabric, so I'm going to pause it for just a minute. Okay, yeah, with this fabric, I couldn't really see the hole. Okay, so I went up through the top, now down to the bottom. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, if that happens and you can't see your hole, just take your awl and just poke it through again. That's what I had to do here. This fabric, it's really hard to see the holes. Okay, so there we go. They're all in, and now all I have to do now is go back through the middle. Oh, well, now that took longer than I thought. I think it's this material. It's almost like upholstery material. So I want to go under here. I want to just catch that. Okay, now I'm going to cut it. like to make a double knot here. I'm not going to put anything, I'm not going to put a little charm or anything in the middle. I usually just leave them loose. Okay, there it is. Ta-da! So, there's my first page. Do a cute, quick little... There's another page with a feather. Remember, this is the bird-themed one. And these images are from Leslie Zamora. I will have her information linked below. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. You know, it's 94 degrees here today. I don't usually turn on the air conditioner till it gets up to about 99, but I hate to say it, but I'm really uncomfortable. It's warm. I had to go out and water my sunflowers because they were all drooping over and wilting. Okay, now this is unembellished. So the next thing I'm going to do is some embellishments. Okay, so once I've got my pages sewn in, I can kind of relax. It's always a big ordeal for me. I'm always really nervous about sewing them in. But once that's done, then I get to do the fun stuff. And I found these at I walked into one of our Goodwills. We have about 7 of them down here in our valley. And I found this set and this set. I actually have 9 of them. And this one, and they were, I think the price is still on it, $3.99 each. So I just grabbed them all. I grabbed what I knew I would use. So I'm going to do some stamping now. I like to use the archival ink, the Ranger. You can get this at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to do a few of those. Okay, so I went back and I put a few stamps on pages. I'll probably go back and add some more later. Don't want to show you every stamp on every page, but you get the idea. You know, I didn't get into stamping until I had quite a few stamps. So the next thing is there's some of these little, I have some of these little borders left over, and this one's kind of goes with the colors. So I'm going to take a look at these. Okay, these don't have birds on them, but they've got kind of a spring flowery look. So I might just make some here along the edges. I'll put some of these on. And when I'm gluing things in, I like to use the Eileen's Tacky Glue. It works really well on paper. You know, I don't use it on fabric. I use the Tombow, the clear one. And they have this nice flower. I want to include this somewhere, so I'm going to play around with this for a while. Okay, I had this little scrap of paper left, so I just made a little band there using that. Sometimes just a little strip. I used to use fabric. You could sew on a little strip of fabric. This is just the little thing, the little border I just glued on, but it picks up some of the purple here, and it just adds a little bit of color. There's another one. I just did this as a little border. Something with the Eileen's glue is that until it dries, you can maneuver it too. There's a little extra. Something, you know, do as I tell you to do, don't do as I do. When you're doing this, if you put a piece of waxed paper down, then your pages won't get glued together. Okay, I went through my scrapbook paper box. And this one, I really like this one. And then this one has some feathers, so I'm going to keep going through my box. I might make some journal cards out of these, so we'll see. I found this one, and this would make a really nice little if I were to put it here on this paper, on the edge here, and glue it here, then you have a nice tuck spot. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so now I have a little tuck spot for a journaling card. I'm not the kind of person, I don't have something on every page, but I do like to have something on at least every other page. I like to give people room to write. So it's like every other page. And I noticed I don't think I have any music in this one. Oh, yes, there it is. I was going to say, one of Cheryl's journals without music is just not going to be happening. So I'm going to play around with this for a while longer. This is, you can see the stitching. There it is. It's a double embroidery thread. That just gives it a little more strength. So when this is finally done, and I might not finish tonight, but I might finish over the weekend, I'll do another flip through. So thanks for stopping by. Please, if you have any questions, do post them below in the comment section, and I will get back to you. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by.